Record. Okay, now it's recording. Thank you, Shanique, for the reminder. So, hello, everyone. So a couple things I wanted to just chat about, but of course, like feel free, unmute, interrupt me, share, chalk, like whenever at any point in time. So the things I wanted to touch on were your vision, which also includes like goals, your, hold on, there's another word for that. Goals, vision, and your why. There we go. And then obstacles that you faced in the past and present, just talking about endorphins in general and how they're magical, habits, and then the nutrition programs, because I've gotten a lot of questions from my challengers lately about the nutrition programs. And I think it's an incredible thing that challenge packs come with like a To Be Mindset accessory and an Ultimate Portion Fix accessory. But now I think it's important to kind of help people guide into one of those, like actually using them fully and taking advantage of them. So we're going to touch on that as well. So first of all, in your notebook, this is something that we need to do often because it's always changing. So your why, your vision, your goals, these are evolving all the time. So the reason why you joined Beachbody 3 months ago might be different than why you're still doing it today. Or the reason why you started even last week or a year ago, they're going to change over time and in the seasons of your life. For example, when I joined Beachbody, it was because I gotten engaged and I really wanted to feel good and look good and confident for my wedding. And that was like my sole motivator. Like I had a tank top made that said sweating for the wedding. And that's not my reason anymore. Like that's no longer the reason why I keep doing this, because I'm married and I got my results. Like now, like it evolves over time. So something you should do often and revisit it and revamp it and never feel like you're stuck with that same why. Scrap it and write a new one if it's not working for you anymore. So first of all, your why, your vision, your goals, they can all go together depending on what is the most powerful thing for you. Some people have a vision of how they picture themselves or picture their life a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. And that's what drives them, is like this vision of their future. Some people, it drives them to have like a goal. Like for me, it was my wedding. That was a goal. It was like, hey, I've got 7 months to like do this thing. Maybe it is a why. It's so that you have energy to be with your kids. It's so that you can like not go to work for a full day of work and come home exhausted, watch Netflix, eat nachos, go to bed. Like there could be something like that. Like you want more purpose, you want to feel better every day. But the more specific you can get, the more powerful it is. And so if you can paint a picture in your head of what you want your life to look like, how you want to feel, and again, I put off to the side here, like think non-scale victories. Sure, the scale's great. Like if you're wanting to lose weight and you watch it go down 5 pounds, like that's a nice feeling. But at the same time, a lot of us, when we start our fitness journey, the scale isn't going down, right? Like it's not like an immediate thing where you work out for a week and all of a sudden you lost 10 pounds. The scale isn't powerful enough to keep you going. And when you first start, maybe you're trying to like, when you change your lifestyle, you might be putting on water weight, or your body's retaining water to build muscle, or you're putting on muscle. Like there's so much around the scale that I don't want you to use that as your baseline. Like it's nice to measure, but don't have that as a goal. Like don't say I want to lose 10 pounds. That shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should be how you want to feel, act, live, things you want to be able to do, strengths that you want to have gained. And I spelled that word wrong. Oh, there's Piper. Things that you admire about other people. A lot of the times, and this was in my call the other day, envy, it was like follow envy. Wherever you feel jealous, follow that feeling, because it's a feeling that propels you to grow. So if there's someone or something or a situation that you're jealous of and you're envious of, turn that negative emotion into a powerful drive. So that's another thing you could look at. So I put admire, things you value in other people. Those are kind of what you should have in your vision and your goals. So take a minute, which you already have been, write down some of those things, and please, please, please feel free to share, go back, in the chat that I'm trying to pull up for myself. Oh, there it is. Feel free to type in the chat. So if you're not going to share out loud, that's totally fine. But if we could even have a couple of things in the chat, that would be really cool. I did it again. Don't look. Ah! The struggle to get the chat up. There it is. Okay. There. So Piper, all we're doing right now is just thinking about like why we started and why we show up and why we wanted to do these things. And then sometimes a why isn't like one thing, it's like a vision of your future, or it's like a set goal that you want to reach, whatever it is that drives you. So we're just kind of brainstorming that and then acknowledging that it changes all the time. So your why this week could even be different than your why next week if something were to go on. Sorry, I'm typing mine, so you might hear me type as well. Yeah, Tiff's got hers in there. I typed mine in there as well. And just because it's recorded, I might read these out loud if that's okay with everyone. So I started because I wanted to gain weight and start feeling better mentally and physically. I wanted to break the habits. Oh, I have one more person. I wanted to break the habits that come along with depression and try to combat the exhaustion with them. I also wanted to feel more confident in my relationship. And then we've got my vision, healthy and happy, confident role model for my daughter, lots of energy for her and for my own self-care so I can show up as my most authentic self. Again, that was mine, and it's evolved a lot. Instead of look good in a wedding dress, feel comfortable in a bathing suit. Like that was where I started. So I've got some goals. My goals are to help others do the same, that were in the same spot as me when I started out. Same, preach. I also want to help other coaches do the same for that ripple effect. Financial freedom and a healthy mindset for myself, my relationship, my future children, and my clients. Got another one. I first joined because I was in a really bad place mentally and needed the love and community that Tiffany was showing on her social media. I wanted to have a better life for me and future kids. I struggle with depression and I needed an outlet, and cardio helps with that. Holy moly, does cardio help with that, right? As much as you hate it, once you get going. I also want to feel confident with my clothes. I started because I was sick of feeling uncomfortable in my own skin. I want to feel beautiful and fit. I always told myself that I would be fit and finally happy by the time I graduated and want to look good. I started to lose weight because it was something I struggled with for a long time. I was tired of feeling depressed constantly and having zero energy to do the everyday basics. I was ready to gain confidence in myself again. Now I do it because it makes me feel so amazing. And I love that one because the whole like zero energy to do everyday things, it's funny how you'd think, or I used to think, that a workout would make me feel more tired, or I'm too tired to wake up, or wait, whoa, brain. I'm too tired to work out, but it's the opposite. It's like when you feel that tired, that's when you need to work out because you feel so much more alive after to do those everyday things, especially after like coming home from a day of teaching when my brain is fried and I just feel dead. That's when I need the workout the most so I can actually live my life in the evening and not stay in that spot. I want to feel energized, confident, connected with others. I want to feel like I have control over the choices I make for my physical health because often I can't control my mental health. When I take care of my physical health, it makes all the mental health problems a lot more easier to manage. Awesome. These are all so good. Thanks, girls. So now that we know our why, our goal, our vision, what are some obstacles that you will come across, that you have come across in the past, challenges, again, obstacles that you face today or this month, etc. So what are some things that you have come up against, are coming up against, or like will come up against in the future that could act as a roadblock or an obstacle? Quickly type mine in there as well. So I'm thinking back to when I first started. Obstacles that I faced were like staff room snacks. And I know that sounds so ridiculous, but at the time that was my biggest obstacle. Because if I had like woke up, had a good breakfast, and then went to work and someone brought donuts for the day, like I'd be like, yes, please. Like, and then because I had that one donut, it would ruin my entire day. Like that was my mindset. I was all or nothing. So my all or nothing mindset was my biggest challenge and obstacle. Same with missing a workout, I'd let it ruin everything, or having a bad meal, I'd let it ruin everything. I had no balance whatsoever. Another obstacle in here, comparing myself with others. Oh my gosh, Tiffany said it too. All or nothing mindset, depression and anxiety. I have overcame my fear of judgment when it comes to posting on social media and talking on my stories. Not doing enough personal development. Yes. And I have like, as soon as all of y'all signed up for Beachbody On Demand and like you got your welcome kit, I was like, here's my recommended reading list, PD list. Actually read those books, you guys. Like I don't have Compound Effect right now because Tiff has it. But that's my #1 book. She's like, where is it? My #2 book, You Are Badass, is an amazing one. Like She Owns the Place. Where is it? Like She Owns the Place is really good as well for confidence. They're all so good. I'm like overwhelmed. Fear's My Homeboy is actually a really sweet book as well. It's called Fear's My Homeboy. Ooh, I Am That Girl, also a really good book. So anyways, I have a ton. They're all on my reading list. Actually, oh yeah, Heart Talk. Tiff just showed Heart Talk. So these are the books that are gonna fill your mind with like belief and motivation. And I read 10 minutes every morning when I have my morning routine, did my workout, like before my workout. And I just highlight the crap out of my books and then I can go back and look at them. Or I put sticky notes in them, like this one, sticky noted and highlighted. But anything that like gets your mind in the right place, because fitness is a mindset first. Health is a mindset first. Your body's not going to do anything your mind doesn't let it, and that comes to everything. Eating it healthy, doing a workout, doing a meditation, trying something new. If your mindset says I can't do it, you're not going to do it. So you need to build that belief and that like rock solid, confident mind. And that's where the books come in. All right, my own mind. Oh my gosh, Daisha, like everything's segueing. So Daisha said, my own mind, the feeling of not getting enough results and the feeling of not doing enough. I'm one of those people that have to go all in or nothing at all. I have to get over my feelings of being judged and comparing myself to other self-love club ladies. Yeah, your journey is your journey. Doesn't matter how you go about it, how you get there, as long as you're making like steps. It's baby steps. It's like the mountain analogy. We could all climb the same mountain and say, I look up and I see Tiffany, she's so high. Do I quit? Do I say, oh my gosh, look how far she is and I'm only this far? Like, you're not going to walk back down the mountain. You're going to keep going. It might just take you longer, but you can still follow the same path and do the things and get there at your own speed. Yeah, I love that analogy. They've just been doing it longer, or they've just been pedaling that much faster, but it doesn't mean that you can't get there. You'll get there as well. I'm all behind. I'm not on with my, I'm behind on the comments. Rachel Hollis, I found my current book. Taylor's reading is reading Queen of Personal Development. Okay. Obstacle, I only wanted to lose weight to keep my partner interested. Now that I'm in a stable relationship, I know that he'll love me no matter how I look. I ate when bored and felt paralyzed about people judging me based on my looks or personality. I think that's a lot of people. I think that's very relatable. I think we've all kind of been there. So that's definitely one that, I don't know, you're gonna get over that. It's gonna be great. I'm so happy for you. Like, you're on the right path, because once you start doing these things, you're gonna gain that confidence in, again, your mindset as well, and in the things that you're doing. I hate that judgment one though, because I think we all go through that, like feeling judged by others, or like that people are judging you. And it's funny because there's a lot of quotes in these books that are so good for that, about how like people really only worry about themselves, and that when you think they're thinking about you, like they're actually just thinking about themselves. Or like, yeah, like I can't think of any quotes. I have to read these books and then give you some quotes. But now that I know that, I can address that as well later. Okay. So, feeling judged by others is one reason I haven't started talking in my stories. Oh, come on, Kim, you got this. Go, Kim, go, Kim. The people that judge you are not your people. I think that's also what I've learned from this. The people that judge you are not your people. The people that cheer you on, those are your people. Yeah. How did I overcome judgment? That was a huge one for me. I just did the things. I think I just did the things. And I think all the judgment in the beginning came from my guy friends. And it was a lot easier to tell them to like take a hike. So I think that gave me experience, I think. Like, once you start to deal with it and you realize how it doesn't actually hurt you, it's more of the fear of being judged. But yeah, once you start doing the things, Kim, and try it out. Tiff wants to talk. Do it.
Hey, Taylor, do you want to share kind of how you got over, I know you had just posted and I see you talk on your story every day. Do you want to share kind of how you got into that place and how you like overcame that nervousness of people judging you?
Personal development books, honestly. Like, I was just about to show how many I have over here. I have a stack.
I said she was the reading queen.
Like, these are all that I have read or have, like, I'm going to read. All of
How long have you been coaching again?
Since November.
Yeah. You've read all of them.
And yeah, I was terrified to talk on my story at first, and honestly, just personal development reading and journaling a lot has helped, and now it comes easy to me now. It doesn't really bother me anymore.
Yeah. Everyone starts as a beginner. Everyone starts from like the start.
Yeah.
I was like trying to squint to see all those books. I was like, I wonder if I have them all.
You do.
Okay, so over here. So we have to start getting into like that solution-based thinking. So all those obstacles, if you know what your obstacles are, you can plan ahead for them. So if you know that like this is where you go wrong, you can kind of plan for when you're feeling that way. What can you remind yourself of? What can you do? What actions can you take? And it might be as simple as, when I'm feeling that way, I'll do a 5-minute meditation. Or when I'm feeling that way, I'll read some of my personal development book. When I'm feeling that way, I'll do a 10-minute enhancer like bar workout. When I'm feeling that way, I will read what I journaled about and journal again. Keep journaling, reread it, write it out. But you need a game plan, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's so true. It's true with nutrition too. If you're going to school without snacks, of course you're going to eat whatever's in the staff room. I keep going back to that example. But if you bring the snack, then you're like, I'm good, brought my own snack today, beach bar, just kidding, whatever it is. And you're that much more prepared. Or if you know, like, parent-teacher conferences are huge, or they used to be a huge obstacle for me, because you're at the school so late, and then by the time you get home, you don't want to. So I would plan ahead, and even when I wasn't a morning workout person, I would do my workout in the morning, or I would, you would plan ahead so that you know what to expect. Or sometimes I would just miss it and double up the next day, but you have to like have that plan, that solution in your head. But yeah, the more you can think ahead about your obstacles and plan for them, the better off you'll be. Same with people who struggle with late night snacking. The more that you go to the grocery store, look at recipes and plan your snacks, then you're like, oh yeah, I made those sweet banana peanut butter like bites that are in the freezer. And then you'll go have those. Like you'll be more excited for those things if you plan ahead. And lastly, your habits are learned and habits can also be unlearned. So if you're trying to create a habit of reading, of working out, of eating well, of meditating, of yoga, of waking up earlier, having a bench, like a book ending your night, that's the wrong phrasing, reading before bed. Like if you're trying to create a habit, you can. It is slow. It's not easy. And you have to be dedicated and just make yourself do it. That's just how it's going to go. You have to make yourself do it. So it has to be worth it to you, which is why your vision, your goals, your why is so important. On the flip side of that, habits can also be unlearned. So if you have bad habits right now, you can unlearn those and they won't be habits anymore. It will also be hard. It will also take time. It will also take some kind of substitution, like positive reinforcement system, but you can unlearn those habits as well. So if you have any habits right now that you know are bad habits, if you can identify them, like name them, and then use that solution-based thinking to try to crush them, you can do that as well. And some like bad habits that I fall into and then fall out of, or even like my bedtimes, like staying up too late. Because if I stay up too late, then I'm not gonna do that. Like it's a thing, right? It's a habit that you learn to do. Stay up, watch TV until whatever time. Or maybe your bad habit is when you get home from work, you, whatever, make up a milkshake. And it's like, what? Why am I doing this? Or whatever. Go to the grocery store and you buy chips. Again, there's nothing wrong with chips every once in a while, guys, like 80-20 rule. But I mean, like if it's a habit, if it's something habitual, negative self-talk is a habit. Self-medicating with too much alcohol on a Saturday is a habit. Those things can be unlearned. So just know that. And once you identify them and like have a pathway, and again, positive reinforcement, the more you can positively reinforce yourself for creating habits and unlearning habits, the more likely you are to stick to them.
I just want to pop in and say something really quick about bad
Yeah,
habits.
please do.
This book, if you have bad habits, you need this book. Like
that's my current read. I'm only on like page 10 though.
Yeah. So like the first like 4 chapters are identifying your bad habit, like in really getting down to the root of it. And then the rest of the book is like a 25 or 30-day challenge. And every day she gives you something new to do to break your bad habit. So you're not supposed to read past that one day. So you can only read that one chapter, that one bit. But it's really helpful because it gets you to do something each day to break your habit.
Nice. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So it's the Jen Sincero, the same author as You Are Badass, only it's the purple one. You'll see it anywhere. Jen Sincero's the author. Okay. And last thing I wanted to show you guys. So when you signed up for Beachbody, you received a 2B Mindset tracker book. I don't have mine. I do have it handy. I just can't see it this very second. But you got the 2B Mindset food tracker, and then you got the colorful Ultimate Portion Fix containers. That's not like, there's more materials for both programs, but you get like the base to start with those. So quickly to show you the difference between them, Ultimate Portion Fix is about fixing your portions. So it's all about eat whatever, like you're not cutting out food groups, you're not eating certain things at certain times or whatever. It's just being aware that in a day, I should be having this many greens, this many yellows, and they're called macronutrient groups. So your proteins, your healthy fats, your fruits. It's all about balancing your macronutrients so that your body uses them most effectively. For example, you'll learn that when you have a green, you should be having a purple because your body digests spinach better with a citrus. Like it's just things like that. But as you learn, she just teaches you about balancing macronutrients, what to have in a day and kind of how to pair them so that your body uses them the best. So it's balancing your portions, and she has different like lanes you can take depending on if you're trying to lose weight, maintain weight, gain weight, like an athlete kind of route. So you pick your path, you follow it, and you eat all of them. So some people are like, that's too many containers, I can't eat them. Or some people are like, that's not enough containers. But you learn how to balance it. And it was huge for me because I learned that I don't have to eat all the things in one day. Like say I had 3 things in my house that were yellows and I wanted all of them. I'd have to learn how to be like, okay, I'll have these 2 because we only have 2 on my meal plan. I'll have these 2 today, and then that one will be at breakfast tomorrow. Like it helped me realize like a scarcity mindset around food. Like it'll still be there tomorrow. I don't need to eat it today. Like I got a cool new almond butter, but I'll eat it tomorrow because I had oats for breakfast today. Like it helped me even balance just that, like limitations. Oh, bye pipes. And then To Be Mindset is a program about mindful eating, and it's the plate it method. So it's not as like structured as Ultimate Portion Fix with like this portion, this portion, this portion. It's for volume eaters who like to eat a lot, but she changes it so you're eating mostly vegetables. So you're getting full on vegetables, full on fiber, and then she calls basically everything else an accessory. Like not really, but kind of. I was like, that's accessory. So, and if you follow her on Instagram, her Instagram account is amazing for nutrition. Even if you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix, follow her. I think Mallory, you today posted like her volume eater substitution. So it's like, if you love sweet potato, try acorn squash, was it? No, spaghetti, no, it wasn't that. It was acorn.
Butternut squash.
Butternut squash, there we go. Because having a cup of this is like having 5 cups of this, like when it comes to like how much you can have. Or if you really love mango, eat like 3 times the amount of watermelon. Like, so it's a volume eating program so that you're always full, but you're not gaining weight from eating all that food. And yeah, the plate it method. So she tries to encourage. The only reason why I find To Be Mindset hard is because you can't have carbs at supper time. And sometimes I want carbs at supper. So that's why I do Ultimate Portion Fix, because I don't need carbs at lunch, but I would have a carb at supper. So I like being able to move around my containers, whereas To Be Mindset's more, because it's volume eating, you're filling up on other stuff at night. But you're going to see what works best for you, because I have like Miranda, who is the To Be Mindset guru, lives it, breathes it, has seen the best results from it. So you just have to find which one works for you, because they're both really, really good. And I recommend watching the videos for both eventually, but picking which one you want to start with. So do you want to go the structured route with containers, or the plate it method where you are full all the time of like good foods and you're not like counting portions per month, per se? And how to see these, because some people just don't know where to access them and what Nutrition Plus is. So here's what they are. If you go to Beachbody On Demand, underneath programs, where you'd find workout programs too, scroll until you see the title Nutrition Center. So it might have like new releases, like your last viewed programs, cardio programs. Just scroll and you'll see Nutrition Center. So this one here, Ultimate Portion Fix, To Be Mindset now. So I have multiple accounts. My account doesn't have Nutrition Plus. So it shows that these are locked. So for all of you who are wondering what Nutrition Plus is, or do I want it, do I need it? You get Ultimate Portion Fix and To Be Mindset without it. They're always unlocked. It's just this extra monthly content that's always updated that's locked for you, and that's Nutrition Plus. But if you've never used that stuff, then you probably don't need Nutrition Plus. But if you've watched these whole courses, you love them and you want more, then I'd get Nutrition Plus, because you'll always get new information, new recipes, new ideas. They're always going live in there with different tips and stuff. So pick your method, and then it's videos. So for example, I did Ultimate Portion Fix. So you just work through the modules. So she's like, let's dive into the food list, and then let's make sure you prep. She takes you to the grocery store, shows you kind of what to buy, shows you how to meal prep. I love her meal prep video, by the way. Autumn's made me want cauliflower bites so bad. Anyways, you just learn these things because they make them look so easy, and you're like, man, I can do that. And now cauliflower bites are like a staple in our household, because I watched Autumn do it once and was like, hey, that's so easy. But that's where you find all your nutrition stuff. Hopefully that helps. And then for more recipes at the top, it'll have like workouts, nutrition, blog. Click the blog button and then go to recipes, and that's where all the recipes are, is in the blog section, because they just pile them all together from everywhere. All right, now we're all done. Oh, Kim, Autumn and Bobby's cooking show is awesome. Yeah, it's called Fixate, and you can always go watch her cooking show. It's great. She's right. I love them. They're brother and sister. All right, now I'm making you all unmute yourself and talk to me.
Hello.
I'm gonna unscreen share eventually. Give me a sec. This always takes a bit as I figure out how to do it. Oh, there we go. Stop share. Lovely. All right, so who wants to share what's been going like good, what's going well, what's been challenging, anything at all? Life.
What's challenging for me is my job. Like once a month we have inventory, and that like messes me up for a complete weekend, like possibly the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As you see, I am still at work, and I was talking to you all when I came to work. So, and then tomorrow I've got a couple other things to do. So that's my main thing. Is it's here is just so busy, and then it's just so busy that by the time I get home, I am just emotionally exhausted. My son bought me this sweatshirt, by the way, so I thought it was kind of cute. But like, that's my biggest hurdle, right? It's like a time factor, because I have to be at work for like 7:30, and it takes me 45 minutes to get to and from work. And then by the time I get home, because I never leave at like 4 when I'm supposed to, I'm usually here by like 5 and sometimes later, because it is what it is. I was trying to get and was given help before COVID, and it was starting to work perfectly, and then COVID happened and demolished all of that. So I'm kind of back to square one, where now we're like still as busy and trying to find me that help that I need, but it's a slow process.
How often did you say it was that you're doing inventory nights?
We do it once a weekend. So next month, or once a month, sorry. So next month, I believe, will be like February 20th. So like the 18th, 19th is usually geared up to prepping for it. Sometimes we'll get a couple of the first counts of the material done on the Friday night, but I won't input anything till Saturday morning. And then like we're here like first thing. So yesterday I was at work at 6:30, and I probably left here at about 6:30. Sometimes it's been later, but sometimes it's not. It depends, because I have to do investigations on things that are really out of whack, whether it's really high or really low, right? Or just some things that I know the guys in the back have missed, because it's a big job. It's a lot. Like sometimes you get 12 guys coming in to help you out, and they're paired up, but a lot of them have had a really long, busy week as well, right? So getting them coming in, they're just like exhausted and done. And most of them decide that they're drinking Friday night, so Saturday mornings, they're just peachy keen on that counting, so can't do much about
You
that.
can plan ahead. So if you know that those are really exhausting days, like give yourself some grace. You don't have to do your workout that day necessarily, or like do as like big of one. Just make sure it's like a self-care thing. So even if it's something little.
Normally I have been since January, because I promised myself I would do 100 days straight. I don't want to like ixnay on that, and so far I've been okay. So
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. But other than that, it's just like a time thing, right? I find posting, I'm tired. So to write things out, my brain doesn't really go fully there, right? So
yeah. And again, that's okay to take those days. Don't feel pressure that you have to be on every single day. No one is. That's
I know.
Give yourself some grace.
That's my big struggle.
Mallory, how have you been doing? I'm just gonna keep calling out Mallory.
Oh, good. I am really busy with school, a lot of assignments, and then I'm gearing up to do my 3-week pre-internship block in March. So we have a lot of assignments due at the beginning of March. So February is going to be very busy for me. Just unit plans, lesson plans, all that fun stuff. But,
Oh yeah, all that fun stuff.
yeah. Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much my life.
I feel that. I still have planning to go do. I've just been putting it off all day. Well, I've been doing it intermittently, but I haven't planned social studies for the week, so gotta get on that eventually. Okay, kids, we're gonna watch a video. Just kidding, that's not how it's gonna go. They'll learn something, I'll figure it out. But again, balance. Like I did that work today, and then I was like, I am half-assing this. Like I was like looking at these fun science things, and I was like, ew, like don't want to. But because I was using like right now's energy, and I was like, okay, this is not the right mindset to be planning science. So I came down here and did a workout, and then went back to plan science. And then I was like all geared up to do like phases of the moon Oreos. So like you have to like feel that gauge and be like, this is not how I should be showing up right now. I'm gonna go do this, feel better, and then come back to it. So same when you're doing lesson plans, if you're like, I have been hitting my head against this wall and I hate this, do a workout, then come back and finish it later. You're prolonging it and you'll be more productive with the time you are doing it, if that makes sense.
No, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, I just kind of work on it in little pockets of time when I can and just try and get things done. I had a paper to do today. Oh, crazy. But I finished it, so I feel super great about that.
Yeah. Sorry, I just like looked down and I was like, there's a child on Sarah.
Hi, Daddy.
I know, Sarah, you just popped on, but do you want to chat about anything that's been going really well or challenging with you in the last month? Call her out.
So I've been finding it super hard. I'm just gonna go up my stairs for a second. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I know. I've been finding it kind of extremely hard just to kind of get my body moving. Yes, Rose. Yeah, sure. And just I've been able to do my work at like my journaling and my nutrition, but I just haven't been able to. I'm not playing in your room. I'm just walking. I just been finding it really difficult to get my body moving. That's the struggle right now. I work 8 hours, and then I have the kids to take care of when I get home, and they are very, very busy. So it's just a matter of getting that movement in, and I know because I feel it. I feel it that that I feel much better when I work out. I've been in a real slump lately, but after I get my body moving, I feel better. My phone's about to die. So I'm sorry for that craziness, but
Not at all.
that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully February will be better. Hi, puppy. So yeah.
Happy too.
Yep. Hello. It's a zoo. It's a zoo. Hello.
You're hilarious.
Hi, yeah, honey. My phone's dead.
Sam, it's gonna be you.
I know. I was like, this is my future.
Yeah.
I'm excited for when that happens though, so I'll actually have advice to give. Because right now I'm just like, I don't know, man, you're a superhero. Like, do what you can. Like, it'll be nice, like, when I have kids to actually have real experience with how to help people.
And Piper. Piper's gonna be so fascinated by her.
I know. Oh my god.
That is how it goes with parents though. Like they just have to, like you do for your business, find your little pockets of time that you can work out because kids are very busy. Mine are 18 and 15 now, which I really don't feel like they should be because I don't feel like I'm that old. But like, yeah, no, kids are a handful. Just make them work out with you.
That's my plan.
You might
I
get
was
a
like,
weight.
Leland, take them. They're yours for
You
half.
might get a weight in the face when they're
Take them.
older to lift it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll do sit-ups with them on my legs. Like, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Jeff used to fall asleep on the couch and Zach would empty the rows of VHS yes, VHS, because he's 18 now. So, you know, DVD was just kind of starting then. Like, how old am I? But anyways, he would empty all of the VHS DVDs, Jeff's GameCube games and the GameCube on top of him while he slept. I'd come home and the place would just be destroyed. I'm like, what happened? So workouts are the same. Just let them be.
Yeah. I know I follow one, like a coach friend who has a son, and she paused her workout to like do a video, and she's like, when you're getting your workout done, but this is the cost. And he's like taking all the Tupperware out of the things. And she's like, I think I'll just let it happen. So she continued her workout because she's like, he's entertained. It's not hurting anybody. So she just did her workout while he emptied the Tupperware drawers.
Yeah. You pick and choose your fights.
Yeah.
I will always be there to babysit. Probably more than you want.
I need a workout. Tiff, come over.
Well, I'll be coming.
Just kidding. Oh, man. All right.
I have to say, Sam, I'm super happy to see that you continued on with your journey while you were pregnant. The first time I joined Beachbody, which was when 21 Day Fix, I guess, was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin was my coach at the time, and she was doing well and she was doing okay. And then she got pregnant, and then like that was it. Like she just, I don't know, she just stopped coaching, or she just like didn't want to take any of the supplements while she was pregnant. Like I know she still has her account because she still does the workouts, but she doesn't coach anymore or anything like that. But like, so I was like, oh, that's sweet. So I'm happy to see that you've continued and inspired like Courtney to join, who's like how many months pregnant?
It's crazy how I've actually had quite a few people who are pregnant reach out about the workouts I'm doing and stuff. And I feel like it was honestly perfect timing though, because Elise released that prenatal program like right when I found out I was pregnant. So it kind of like fell into my lap where I had a good resource that wasn't me with prior fitness experience just modifying. It's actually a prenatal program. So I think that really was beneficial, and they're amazing. They're so good. I love them. And it's not like they're half-assed or anything, like they're so well done. So that's probably half the, like maybe if your cousin had those workouts, she would have been more apt to like continue. Do you know what I mean? Because even now, like I do all the other workouts, like I still do MBF, I'm still doing 9-week control freak, but if it comes to something like on the floor, like that core ball, I'm always so sad. Most of the things with that core ball I can't do unless it's between my legs while I do tricep things, right? But I just modify those. But the reason I can modify them so well is because those prenatal programs taught me how. Like they taught me what I can do and what I shouldn't do. So then it became easy. But anyways, so it's just been cool for me, and then cool for other people, like, or people who used to be in Beachbody and they got pregnant and quit, and now they come back for their second kid and they're like, I see that you're doing this, how? So it's been really cool that way to kind of help a new demographic of people in a way. Yeah, and Courtney, she's sweet. She's further along than I am, and she's like just rocking it, and I can't even give her tips because I'm not at the 3rd trimester session yet. But
you've been lucky not to have any sickness too.
Pardon?
I feel like you've been lucky not to have any sickness too.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I can't relate with a lot of times too, is they're like, what did you do when you had morning sickness? And I'm like, sorry, I didn't have any.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any because of my teacher schedule, because I ate so, I don't know.
Yeah, you were already on a schedule. I think that does help a lot. Also, like if somebody does ask about that, I had morning sickness until I changed my prenatal vitamins to bedtime.
Right.
I would take them in the morning and then I would end up getting sick. And as soon as I switched them to take them right before bed, like I was fine.
See, that's a cool question I can ask. Like if, or any of you can ask, just be like, hey, when do you take your prenatal? Maybe try switching it to bedtime. Kind of like when people are like, Shaco makes me sick. And you're like, take a half scoop, you know, like might work for you, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I see Tiff and Taylor.
I need to stretch.
Rise up journaling.
I'm filling out my Rise Up planner.
I can tell just by the very minimal I can see.
Right now I'm doing my I'm filling in what we just talked about. In that.
I'm trying to like establish a really good morning routine. I'm trying to like plan out the time.
Yeah,
I don't think any of us heard you, or maybe I'm just deaf.
Oh, Taylor, repeat what you said. Tiff didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to set like a really good morning routine, like time-wise, because like I know like the schedule that I have, but I fall like off the times. Like I find that I'll spend too much time like reading or too much time like I don't know, doing other crap. So I'm just trying to actually set it out in times. Because I don't have my Rise Up planner yet. I ordered that thing in like December. It's still not here.
That's sad.
I'm really sad.
Did you track it? Like, can you see?
Yeah, I didn't inquire about that. That's a long time.
Yeah, it went, so it came from the States because it was like on Amazon somewhere, and then it cleared customs, and then it went from Toronto back to like British Columbia, and then now it's stuck in Alberta, I think, or no, Calgary. Stuck in Calgary. Yeah.
Quite the adventure that.
No,
it'd be faster for you to go to the post office in Calgary and just pick it up from there.
Probably.
Probably.
Well, it's just like Anita was saying that she still hasn't received her like 9-week control freak kit that she ordered when I guess it first came out or whatever.
That's because she lives on a reservation though.
I know that, but she said it left Winnipeg like a month ago or something.
Yeah, the post office where she is, it seems like it sucks. Like I don't think they commute there very like nearly as often as they commute around Brandon.
Who knows? They could have like set days or something where they go up there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whereabouts is she? Like I know I didn't ask exactly which whereabouts she was. I know she said she was like 7 hours north of Winnipeg.
In the paw.
Okay. Fair enough.
I know all my girls in up in Norway House, it takes a while to get there too.
Yeah.
And there's
that would be frustrating.
Calgary, they get their stuff so quick, you know, because it's all about where you are. I feel like we're pretty
You'd have to have like a shipment for your Shakeology like every 2 weeks. Just to make sure that it was to arrive there and you wouldn't be out in a way.
I had a lag in mine and now my stuff is coming within 2 weeks and it's been quick again. But I think with Christmas, 9-week control freak launch, there was a lot going on.
And yeah, just COVID.
And COVID, yeah.
Things. So that everyone had to send stuff and order stuff online for Christmas gifts with non-essential shutdown. So
yeah. It's definitely frustrating, but I don't really think it's anyone's like fault. Like I think everyone's moving as fast as they can, and it's just the circumstances of month 13 of 2020.
Right?
You guys couldn't buy anything non-essential, could you?
Pardon?
You couldn't buy anything non-essential, could you? No.
No. Until last week.
Yeah, last week.
That just opened. Yeah, I went to Giant Tiger to get water and I walked in and nothing was like taped off and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We can buy stuff now.
I stepped into the mall the other day just to get Tim Hortons and I had anxiety. Like I felt like I was like 17 years old in the liquor store. Like I was like, I shouldn't be here. Like I'm not supposed to be here. This is bad. Like,
how horrible is that?
That's how I felt. It was not, I was like, Jesus, like COVID has, well, we've been like in Manitoba, like we've been in code red for so long. Like,
since like October?
Yeah.
End of October?
I came back from Nova Scotia and I saw my first friend the other day since October.
Yeah, all of November and December we were in, like, don't go anywhere, don't see anyone but your household, only buy milk and bread, just kidding. Like, but your essentials, that was it.
You're not kidding, that was true.
Yeah.
My number one thing is like, I had to go buy an eyebrow pencil because anyways, my eyebrows are like really blonde in real life. Like I don't have eyebrows. I've been dyeing them since I was like 17 years old. And it like was scary for a while there. But anyways, I could now buy an eyebrow pencil. So I went and bought one today because I was like, Mayday, Mayday. Just a little
It's
thing.
crazy.
Nothing, but
Crazy what was essential and crazy what was not essential. Like,
I went a solid
Really?
week, maybe 2 weeks without a hairbrush, just because I didn't want to go out when the restrictions came. I was like, you know what, like I'll just use my fingers or find a nice large fork. I don't need to go to Walmart. I don't want to go there.
Ariel.
I was scared.
right?
Leland's been refusing to like, well, obviously can't get haircuts or anything. Well, he couldn't for the last 2 months. So he just like shaved his head and then let it all grow. But yesterday, now he's on this kick where he's trying to grow out his beard because he doesn't see anyone or do anything anyways. Kind of like what Curtis did. But yesterday he was using his electric toothbrush to brush his beard. He's so weird. But it made it all nice and fluffy and he's like, look. And I was like, that's not how you groom a beard.
I'm curious. I haven't seen it, but I know when he shaved his head, I was like, don't do that again. But that's how Curtis finally shaved his beard on New Year's Eve after he had a couple beers. He was like, I'm going to shave it off right now at 2 a.m. I was like, good. Not holding you back.
Oh,
I give you some loving. Okay. You're back.
All right. Well, I need to do life.
mm-hmm.
I shall drive home.
I love how I just said do life and everyone was like, yeah.
Time to do some life.
Do life.
Have to go make them supper mostly.
To do adult things that I don't want to do.
I have to plan social studies.
Oh, I have to plan our
What
team.
was that, Taylor?
What grade do you teach, Sarah? Or Sam? Sorry.
I teach 5-6 at King George.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend's a primary teacher, but in Halifax.
I didn't even know that Riley was a primary teacher.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, thanks for popping on and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys do.
Bye-bye.
Bye.